This is titled Not Sure Who to Turn To. Good morning, Steve. I'm not sure who to turn to on this. You helped me a few years ago with my encounter, and I thought maybe you could help me with this. Yesterday, my wife and I were mushroom hunting in our 50-acre woods and saw something we simply cannot explain. I've attached some images to help explain what happened, but in short, we first heard a very loud break like something big stepping on a huge stick. We stopped, then started hearing something that sounded very large, moving about 60 yards to our southeast. There was a strong wind coming from the southwest, blowing northeast yesterday, but even through the rustling of trees, we could hear what sounded like something big moving left and right out in front of us. All of a sudden, it sounded like an elephant was charging us, but we saw nothing. And then my wife said, "Look at that tree." About 40 yards in front of us, we both visibly watched this 40-foot tall tree bend over directly into the wind all by itself. We watched it split and crack about 6 feet up the trunk as the top came within 5 or 6 feet from the ground before it stopped. It wasn't top heavy. No signs of rot or lightning strike. Nothing landed on it, and it was not being uprooted. It was like some invisible force just grabbed that thing and bent a perfectly live, healthy tree until it split the trunk. We both watched the tree go from standing straight up to how you see it in a matter of seconds. I saw nothing else, just this tree somehow bending itself in half. Have you ever heard of anything like this? My wife refuses to go back into the woods now. I'd appreciate any help or input you may have. Thank you, Jason Brooks. Whoo-wee. How creepy is that one? Right? I guess, but if you try to attempt to look at it from another way, it was harmless. It was harmless, right? But it's something that we have not been raised to be aware of. So, when you see something like that, that's not supposed to be possible, it has the effect on a lot of people like how on your wife. I'm not going in the woods ever again. I'm scared shitless. Right? Whereas other people might be curious as all can be and won't stop going and looking for trees bending over and snapping in front of you. So, I don't have the answers. Somebody else has probably seen something similar. We've had a lot of people saying this massive tree was shaking back and forth. It's the only one. Couldn't see anything there. Said a lot of people. I've had people email me from my backyard in Whistler, British Columbia, on a popular trail, where I videotaped the lights way up in that mountain, on the trail that goes up the side of that mountain, right where I videotaped those lights, way up there that morning hunting, at about 5 in the morning, I think, or something. They saw a lone pine tree shaking ahead of them up the trail, and all they saw was hairy brown legs behind it, underneath, and it was shaking the shit out of the tree, but it was right there in front of him doing it. Anyway, I don't know. Was that display made for you too? I don't know. Could have been. Was it just random timing? You happened to be there when that went down? It's possible too, right? So far, I think when things are meant for people to see or witness, it's usually a scream or something making them available to your eyeballs so you can look at them. Not too often have people had trees bend over and snap in front of them to make some kind of a statement or display intentionally. So, I don't know. That's all I can say. It's 50-50. There's either random timing for you guys to be there when that shit went down, or something did it intentionally for you to see. And it's unfortunate now that your wife has had that experience and she's terrified to go in the woods. That's the part that motivates me and pisses me off, right? It's not fair. Anyway, has anybody else out there had that experience? Has anybody else out there had that happen? Have you seen a tree bend over and break in front of you with nothing else there to see doing it? Let's see how many people either comment in the comment section below or email me about that.